All right.
Hello, everybody. Are you guys ready to see this monstrosity that Michael talks about stuff just put on the screen? Are you ready? Shield your eyes. Your screen's about to get bright. Look at this. Look at this opening clue that Michael talks about stuff, decided we were going to start this episode with. He was like, it's a little long. Do you guys think that I could send it to you and then you could copy and paste it in? And I was like, sure, we don't usually do that, but you're sort of a special guest. Look what he did. Michael's here.
Hi, Michael. So the good
Hello.
news is that for everybody, this is actually the quickest theory ever. You just pause to read the whole thing. You can get it, and you can go home. And if you're already on watching the video, maybe you're at work. If you are at work, you can tell your boss, my favorite YouTuber said I can go home.
I hope you like reading.
I didn't want to make Tom type it all, but also I didn't want to instantly narrow down to the specific point because there's not that many clues for this theory. So I was like, well, if I give them the single line that is just directly referencing it, they're going to get there in 5 minutes. We can't have that. I could have maybe cut out a paragraph, but it's fine.
We're at the beginning of an extended recording weekend, which I'm very excited about. We have a whole host of guests lined up for this Sunday. This Sunday, by the way, the day when nothing interesting is happening at all. And can you believe they canceled Dunkin' Egg for no reason this Sunday? Anyway, please take a look for the things that we have coming out. We're gonna have some very cool guests. But for right now, Michael, do we need a primer before we get into this, or do you just want me to read what's on the screen?
You can just read it. This is from a brand chapter, but go for it.
All right. Ooh. It was true. He meant to do the things that Jojen asked, but once he was a wolf, they never seemed important. There were always things to see and things to smell and a whole green world to hunt. He could run. There was nothing better than running, unless he was running after prey. I was a prince, Jojen, he told the older boy. I was a prince of the woods. You are a prince, Jojen reminded him softly. You remember, don't you? Tell me who you are. You know. Jojen was his friend and his teacher, but sometimes Bran just wanted to hit him. I want you to say the words. Tell me who you are. Bran, he said sullenly. Bran the Broken, he thought. Brandon Stark. Cripple boy, the Prince of Winterfell. Of Winterfell burned and tumbled, its people scattered and slain, the glass gardens were smashed, and hot water gushed from the cracks in the walls to steam beneath the sun. How can you be the prince of some place you might never see again? And who is Summer? Jojen prompted. My direwolf, he smiled. Prince of the Green. Bran the boy and Summer the wolf. You are two then. Two, he sighed, and one. He hated Jojen when he got stupid like this. In Winterfell, he wanted me to dream my wolf dreams. And now that I know how, he's always calling me back. Me whenever I play video games. This is I'm pretty sure that this is exactly what Instagram Reels is. Man, tough crowd today. Jeez. It's
a dream world that is more fun to live in than your real life. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
I don't use Instagram, so that joke was flat, but I did get it when you were comparing it to video games.
This is what Minecraft Slay the Spire is. Yes, this is Minecraft, Steve right?
Michael,
Jack Black.
Are they the same? Yeah. Are Steve and Michael one or two beings? Or two and one?
Yeah.
And who is he? Steve.
I was the prince of Minecraft. I was mining and building and crafting. It was great, Jojen. I built a weirwood tree. It's so
cool. Who are you? Zach. And who is he? I was really hoping that my brain would supply me with a Dota hero in the time that it took me to start that joke, but I haven't
played in a hot minute, but it was Ogre Magi for the last stretch I seriously played.
There's the Michael Scott quote of sometimes I start a sentence and I have no idea where I'm going with it. I just hope I just find it along the way.
Oh yeah.
That's how I do
That's some
all of
real
my
wisdom from
videos.
Michael
Oh,
Scott
yeah.
there. Michael Scott knew some shit.
Michael,
Yeah.
hang on. Thoughts on this joke, okay? Ready? Michael Scott about stuff.
I realized I was about to rip that joke away from you, and I'm like, oh wait, Tom's got it. Tom's the only one who can
Yep.
type. I gotta let him land this
Tom
one.
Scott about stuff.
Tom Scott's about stuff.
Tom Scott's about stuff. Michael, iterate on this quick.
I'm here at the ruins of
Michael
Winter.
talks about Scots.
Yeah,
If I ever make an Office spin-off, that'll be what the channel's called.
Michael talks about Scots. I'm here in Edinburgh.
Yeah, exactly. I can't understand a word they're saying.
I love
No
whenever
offense to
some,
any
like,
Scots out there, but
I love whenever some crazy shit happens in like a very specific location. People will just Photoshop Tom Scott in front of it, like when the ship got stuck in the Suez Canal, and he's like, "I'm here at the stuck ship at the Suez Canal." One of my all time favorite like memes that doesn't get used all that much.
Yeah, it's an honestly that meme deserves more attention. The Tom Scott is in many places meme. Me when I'm asked to do anything. I'm in the London Underground. I'm stuck in a well. I'm flying with the Blue Angels. All right. Anyway, I hope that you're excited for this energy for the next like 8 videos, because this is what you get. You're not getting anything else. Do you guys want to talk about Game of Thrones?
Yeah, yes,
If
I'd
you
like to.
want.
Actually, I have a lot to say about this quote on in front of me right now, largely because it covers a lot. Yes, correct. I agree with that squiggle. Something I've been thinking about a lot recently. The glass gardens were smashed. That might be important later.
Whoa. Hang on,
Yeah.
I'll underline.
Yeah.
Let's see. The glass gardens were smashed. Much like an enthusiastic partygoer, am I right?
Yeah.
Am I right, fellas?
I do have a theory we could do
Oh
about
my
the
god,
glass
my
garden,
brain's broken.
but
I need to pull
it
the
is not-
curtains. I need to pull the curtains back. Zach was 2.5 hours late for recording.
I did warn. Hey, the thing I'm at is running egregiously over, and did apologize profusely when I arrived.
He warned us every 15 minutes. It was actually the meme. Every 15 minutes he was like, "Hey guys, it's going to be a little later than expected. Hey guys, I'm running a little behind."
Trust me, you were only seeing the one end of it, which was me desperately trying to get out of it.
to timestamp this recording for everyone, it is
Oh my
9:15.
Oh my god.
And this is the day Dunkin' Egg released early at like midnight or whatever Pacific time.
Oh my god.
And I was talking to Taco. He's like, "Are you doing a Dunkin' Egg live stream? I would like to join if you are." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I'm gonna record with the Interesting Nerd Club, and then after that, I'll get my stuff together, and then I'm gonna go live at like 9." And
Ugh.
we started this recording at 9:15 or 9:10.
We can get
So
through
I'm
it
doing
quick.
my stream
Quick,
tomorrow,
quick.
which I'm totally fine with, but still.
It turns out that Zach was the enthusiastic partygoer.
No, trust me, if it was a party I just had, enthusiastic would not be the correct adjective.
Zach, I want you to know how much I appreciate you as a person, how glad I am that you're here.
Thank you.
There's no but and no meme, and I just appreciate you as a human being. And this thing that we do is my favorite thing we do of all of the
Yeah.
stupid things we do.
I agree wholeheartedly.
Oh my god.
It is nice to be here, and it is nice to not be where I was. God, I'm free.
Michael, are the glass gardens relevant?
Not to this theory. Not to this
Damn.
one.
Okay. Okay, wait, there was something that okay, so this is the losing yourself in the wolf thing, right?
Yes.
This is the
Yes.
thing that Varamir's like adopted father warned him about, right? This is the thing that John thinks about sometimes. It's a fairly common like thing that we discuss
Yeah.
that the longer you spend as a wolf, the more you want to stay as a wolf.
Yes. That is the crux of the point of this opening clue. Yep. Tom
Okay.
has zeroed in on it.
It's crazy that this is being described as an opening clue. This is
I could have, like I said, I could have cut out the first paragraph or two, but it's fine.
where was it? The Prince of the Green is sort of a
That I also
yeah, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say that I also did find interesting and hadn't really noticed like until I was getting this opening clue together. I was like, damn, like that might be a relevant thing that he thinks Summer is the Prince of the Green.
Yeah, what does that mean? Glass Guardian.
I mean, there is like green magic, kind of like the green men, like the weirwoody magic that's not the blood magic, you know? There
Yeah.
seems to be like blood magic, shadow magic, and then green magic, whatever the green men are doing. And yeah, it's probably just foreshadowy stuff to connect Bran to like weirwood and green magic. But like, yeah, I did find it super interesting that Summer is called the Prince of the Green.
Yeah, it's sort of like apropos of nothing, right? This is not like there's no reason here to say this.
Other than George being like, haha, on a reread, this is gonna be great.
This is really gonna screw with him.
Yep. No, that's exactly how I felt about that line today when I was like putting this together, reading. I'm like, damn, like I didn't notice that before, but it has that like George is speaking from the future vibe.
So we have the word prince listed a few times here, right? Let's see. I was a prince of the woods. Interesting.
So I suppose I could give you this other clue because you kind of have hit on the idea of like spending too long in your wolf.
Sure. Can we try to get the exact quote?
If you want, yeah, that you can do that for sure.
All right, give us a little bit of a hint. Where are we looking?
This is one of Bran's dreams when they are down in the crypts. So like he is in the dark. So it's much more fun to be spending time in his wolf.
Sure.
I am gonna pull up Search of Ice and Fire to try find like greater context for this one as well.
Does he he eats as Summer and then feels hungry in the crypts, right?
Yes, that is part of the big conversation. Again, I didn't want to like send you multiple clues that were like 5 paragraphs long, but I think that is part of the same conversation where Jojen is like, the wolf ate, the boy Bran did not. You must remember that you are 2, not 1. Like that same vibe is hit on there, yeah.
Zach, I'm gonna sort of like pitch to you here.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? Because this is one of those things that at least to me, Zach, does not feel like an open question, right? This just seems like a statement of something that we as fans and readers sort of understand. What do you think?
The getting lost in the wolf thing is it's beyond theory. The preponderance of prints in the woods, and like obviously that's evocative of the Children of the Forest. But like the other thing, I'm going to pull this in a different direction. The significance of being the Prince of Winterfell means a ton, not just like theory wise and the powers that might come with it and why there must always be a Stark in Winterfell, but thematically Prince of Winterfell is a driving, compelling force for so many point of view characters. Jon wants to be the Prince of Winterfell. Theon wants to be, and gets to be in a horrible, bastardized version that ruins his life, the Prince of Winterfell. And like the ruling over Winterfell is something that people scheme over, something people strive for their entire life, but it has a real, genuine purpose. And a lot of people, and we love Ned Stark. He is Lord of Winterfell. But he ended up there and got to like take on all those responsibilities. But he's a very diligent, very not looking for power, not looking for status kind of person. And I feel like almost like who is running Winterfell and how well they're doing it is a through line for the series, right? It is like what we view what does good and bad leadership look like through the eyes of who's in charge of Winterfell. Who is in charge of Winterfell has never not been relevant in every single book, except for when George had to split it in two. Even when George had to split it in two, it was still relevant because we got the wall stuff. Like, legitimately, we look at Winterfell and its leadership as how one could be a good leader, and that's getting tied in with magic here. He's all about being a prince, but it's also about his connection to like warging, to his connection to his wolf, to his connection to nature in the woods. Now, I don't know exactly where we're going with that, but like I don't know, that always, like, whenever I see Prince of Winterfell, I think that we're seeing a little bit of George's like political leanings here. I don't know if the thread I'm pulling on is anywhere related to where we're going.
Now, hang on. I want to,
I
before you
would
go
say
on.
it is all like it's all running adjacent to it. You didn't get like a ding or anything, but it is all running adjacent to something that I think we're
That's
talking
what
about.
I'm good at, is a literary analysis that underpins these bad boys. Tom, you had something.
Yeah, before we move on, Zach, I think I want to bounce off of that. What's the thing with like with John's like blue flower? What's
Oh,
what's,
he has the blue flower dream, and like it's associated with Lyanna. There's the blue flower in the wall, and that's around the same time he hears the Bale the Bard story, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah. Doesn't I'm thinking about this, like we're talking about princes, and this makes me think about Rickon, right? And doesn't Rickon have a statement about not wanting to be called young? Right? He's like, I'm not a kid, something like that.
Yeah.
Or is that Bran?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't recall.
I'm not a kid, something like that, right?
You could leave blue flower in the wall in a corner, and you could also have like a Rickon one, because Rickon is seemingly influenced by Shaggy Dog, right? Like he seems to become more wild as he connects more with Shaggy.
That is true. That is true. And like I think that in their story, they're like an underpinning of uncertainty is like core to their whole storyline. And I think that underpinning of uncertainty, and I think that I can highlight this pretty easily. Like we talk about a person being called a baby. We talk about somebody being told maybe. We talk about somebody buying flowers. We know that these books have constant references to talking for hours. This is the two princes theory.
Spin doctors.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Guys, that might be the worst reception a joke has ever gotten. Holy shit.
I had both a Purple Rain and a turned himself into a symbol joke, and I said, those are gonna fall flat, and didn't go for it. I admire the spin doctors, at least. You don't get a lot of spin doctors jokes.
Jesus.
I was sitting there, I'm like, I know he's
Jesus.
referencing a song, and
Holy
I don't know the reference.
Michael said, And Zach said, spin doctors.
I understood.
Holy shit. Oh my god. All right, it's gone. Whatever. I'm out of the video. You guys go ahead.
Unfortunately, nobody's in this video. We reverted to a Michael Talks About Stuff video.
Oh my god. That's fucking. Oh my god. I'm like actually embarrassed.
Well,
Oh
the
my
problem
God.
with making a reference joke for two people is if one of them doesn't get the reference. Like, the audience laughed, Tom. You know in your head that the viewers out there were giving you the reaction you wanted. You just got to roll through it.
We make these videos for the person who laughs at all of our jokes. When we know that is a theoretical person, we still like to imagine they're having a great time.
Damn, Zach. I don't know if I need to apologize to you. As everyone knows, Zach and I work together. We produce holidays. And Valentine's Day is a real motherfucker.
It's always a real motherfucker. Nobody likes it.
And Zach, I don't know if I need to apologize to you for something that I did at work. But if it gets me back in your good graces where my jokes will land again, you just let me know what I gotta do.
I am not mad at you. I woke up sick, was dragged something anyways, ran late, and am like a zombie. So if I'm not laughing at your jokes, it doesn't mean that they're not funny. It means that I don't have the mental processing power. It's like how it's currently unprofitable to mine Bitcoin and the whole thing's collapsing because of it. It's currently unprofitable for my brain to figure out a joke because the process it hurts too much.
I will spend more. I will gain more negative emotion trying to process the joke than I will gain laughing at the joke.
Yeah, it's the benefit analysis on it ain't great. My brain's gonna have to kick into overdrive, and be like, oh, pun. Oh, pop culture reference.
It was the spin doctors.
I watched a video on the spin doctors recently, and that's the only reason that it stuck out in my brain.
It was 1991's Two Princes by the Spin Doctors.
Yeah, everybody remembers this.
yeah, right? Right, audience? That's for you, right, audience?
Halfway through, I'm like, oh, Tom is doing a song thing. Yeah, I'm frantically trying to remember song lyrics. I'm like, I don't know this one. I'm sorry.
As we all know, our audience is so old and wizened that they can remember a song that came out the year I was born in 1993. As we know, all the 20-somethings in our office are like, oh yes, Two Princes by the Spin Doctors.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I listen to. The most in touch we were ever with our audience is when we were talking about Chapel Roan.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O.
You can take me hard to go.
If you want to call me baby. Okay. All right, Michael. Please get us out of here, please.
I'm pulling us back in. You brought up Bran needing to eat. This is from the same conversation that there is a more relevant line from.
Yeah.
But Bran, when he comes back from warging while they're down in the crypts hiding, he asks, how long? 3 days, said Jojen. The boy had come up soft-foot, or perhaps had been there all along. In this blind black world, Bran could not have said. We were afraid for you.
Ooh.
And then he says, I was with Summer, and Jojen, this part you should write down, probably. Too long. You'll starve yourself. Mira dribbled a little water down your throat, and we smeared honey on your mouth, but it is not enough. Now that isn't the most relevant line from that conversation, but that is from the same conversation where there is a particularly relevant line. If you want to continue to try guess it, or
now
work backwards on Search of Ice and Fire, it's from Clash of Kings Brand 7.
Now, there's just something that occurs to me immediately after seeing this.
Yeah.
Who feeds Bloodraven?
The Weirwood. I think his life force is sustained. I think this is a thing that I've talked about. I don't know if we ever talked about it on one of these videos, but I think the green seers are sustained by their life force through the weirwoods because of all the blood sacrifice. And I think that's actually why the old ways religion requires blood sacrifice to the weirwoods, because there's a bunch of godly beings down there that can only be sustained if you feed blood and magic energy into the trees. So yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Highlighted by an Asha line where she's like, in A Dance with Dragons, she sees a weirwood up close for the first time, and she's like, we had always been told that they had sap that looked like blood, but getting up close, seeing is believing. That is frozen blood in that tree.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. So I think, like weirwood sap is just straight up blood of thousands of years worth of sacrifice, and that's what sustains Bloodraven, like a sci-fi blood transfusion. Like he's Mr. House. He is Mr. House for Westeros, basically.
Yeah, that's actually a good comparison.
Yeah, I have a whole video actually about him being Westerosi Mr. House. But yeah, that is like I think what it is.
Westerosi Mr. House.
Doo-dah.
Westerosi Mr. House.
Played by
the
Oko.
doodah day.
Yeah! Yeah! Now we're back. We just needed to reference something from 2007 instead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And working the 90s Trek thing too.
Yeah. This is what the audience comes for. Yeah.
We're hitting the 3 touchstones of people who talk too much about fiction on the internet. Fallout, Star Trek, and A Song of Ice and Fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, don't worry. I got One Piece for you whenever you're ready.
I am interested to learn the complicated internal politics of the world of One Piece that I'm sure exist.
Unironically, though, I will explain this to you. My smallest sibling is working on a video called "All the War Crimes of One Piece," which is very funny. I have read some of it. You wouldn't think it's funny, but it is. Okay, so Michael, I think you might need to nudge us in the right direction. We're both a little spacey today.
I'll give you the other quote from this conversation. So right when he comes back, Bran, it was Mira's voice. You were thrashing and making terrible noises. What did you see?
Oh, wait.
And then
what?
this is the part
Okay.
So Bran comes back, and I'll say this is the part you should probably write down.
Yep, I'm ready.
But I was just giving you the context. It's right when he comes back, Mira asks, what did you see? He says, Winterfell. His tongue felt strange and thick in his mouth. One day when I come back, I'll let you catch up here. Strange and thick in his mouth. One day when I come back, I won't know how to talk anymore.
Whoa.
And then the quote continues, if you want to finish it out. It was Winterfell. It was all on fire. There were horse smells and steel and blood. It was all on fire. There were horse smells and steel and blood. They killed everyone, Mira.
Ooh. I assume that there's some red herring in this. That's what my gut is
There's
telling
one
me.
particular part of the quote that is the most relevant, yes.
And I think you want us to focus on this. One day when I come back, I won't know how to talk anymore.
I think you are on the right track now. And I couldn't give you this as the opening clue because we would be on the right track way too soon. But we are now at the appropriate time.
Would it be reasonable to assert many people believe that Benjen Stark is a bird?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Benjen Stark being a bird is actually load bearing to the theory I've been spending the last few weeks working on.
Ooh.
That is a thing that many fine people do believe,
They do.
but it
They
is
do believe
not.
that.
This is not a Vengeance theory. But that
Okay.
is interesting though that like being an animal that can talk might keep that
Okay,
might
Yeah.
keep
so
that
And
muscle working.
I think that he's losing it, right? Because he corns a lot, right?
Oh, that is a good point that like he can't fully communicate as well because like
Because he's a bird.
A, he's not used to talking as a bird, but also like the more he drifts into the bird, the less like he would actively be able to say things. I don't
yeah,
know if that tracks as much
my
though, because
theory is
some
actually. Sorry, go ahead.
well, I was just gonna say some of the craziest things that the bird says are in dance. Like, but then again, in the beginning, he is also very talkative and like actively telling John how to kill the white and such.
That is
That's
true.
true.
These are facts.
I do. My theory is load bearing. The bird has one very specific message he's having difficulty conveying because he's a bird. Uh, but that's neither here nor there. I wanna throw something here. I
Yeah.
don't know if Tom. I might have zoned out when Tom said it. But like the two trains that are running into each other in my brain is Bran is saying here. I'll come back and I won't know how to talk. I'm going to lose myself in my animal. And we also, if we're assuming the show canon to be correct, no, Bran's going to be king in the fucking kingdom of Westeros. And what happens when the king like barks instead of speaks? Like that's interesting to me.
That
Like
that
Holy
is an
shit!
interesting yeah.
Wait,
So
don't we have kings that are described that way?
the kings that
barking
slowly
mad.
lose their minds. Yeah.
Kings that
So
are
again, Zach,
like
that is very directly adjacent to what we're working towards, but not directly the thing. But go ahead, Tom. Or,
no, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure that there are kings in the extended universe somewhere, like before the time of the first men, who are described almost exactly like that. If
I mean,
that's
that
not
would
where
make
we're going, that's
sense.
fine. But like
Well,
somebody fact check me in the
the
comments.
vague, no, the vague, like, it's not about any historical king, but that being a thing would sort of be added evidence for this.
Ooh, I think we're getting
Like, you
somewhere.
could literally, as I said, you brought it up earlier, you could literally put as a clue on the board that Rickon seems to be taking on the personality of Shaggy Dog as well.
Sure, yeah. Give me a second. So, what the hell are we talking about? Rickon seems to be taking on the personality of Shaggy Dog. Okay. What are we talking about here, man? This is all very interesting.
Yeah, it's one of those that like there are not a ton of clues, so I can't like nudge you too much, or it will take away the satisfaction of you guys
For,
realizing it.
for sure.
Yeah.
What do we, hang on here. Could this possibly be? It is, one day I'll come back, I won't be able to talk anymore. Are you pitching something like Bran is going to one day, like, he's going to accidentally say Hodor, and that's going to reveal to someone that he has been warging Hodor?
Oh, damn, that is another good theory that is not this one, but that is an interesting potential thing. Yeah, that like he'll accidentally like lose track of himself and think that he's Hodoring in his own body.
Right, because
But
the
not
personalities,
the theory, but we can talk about that for a minute. That is interesting.
because the personalities, we learned this from Aurel when he's, like, stuck in his bird,
Yeah.
that Varamir and Aurel start to blend personalities over time.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, you could write that even. Varamir
yeah,
and Aurel blend together if you want to write. That is also pretty directly supporting evidence.
and I know your theories. Your theories are rarely like this thing is possible. they're always, this thing is happening.
I will say this is one that I think once we put all the evidence on the board is incredibly well set up, and then we at the end are going to need to go, would this even work? Like, damn, this seems like it is going to happen. How would this work? Could this work?
Okay. So we're finding. Okay, it's got to be from. I assume, Zach, that Michael wants us to find an individual who is being warged by another individual, and that their personalities are blending or disappearing into each other.
Yeah. Well, it's that or somebody who is literally becoming an animal, right?
Sure.
That's the other potential there. Like,
Hit both.
yeah, Varamir's starting to blend. Rickon's taking his dog's like, who else wargs, right? I think the thing that strikes me here is Arya's still warging Nymeria, right? And Nymeria has a murder pact set together. And
just like
Arya's becoming more of a assassin, a faceless man.
Just like I don't know. Ted Cruz.
The Ted Cruz's serial killer joke, now 10 years old.
I mean, he got it from his dad, so it, you know.
I learned it from watching you.
Ted Cruz is a serial killer joke, 10 years old. Ted Cruz is a serial killer, older than you'd think.
Oh man, jokes for nobody are fun.
Hey, that's the joke for whoever's going to run against Ted Cruz. Rico, when it comes out, you're welcome. We did that.
We assume
got you
whoever
covered.
is. We assume whoever is running against Ted Cruz.
But
we assume whoever's running against Ted does watch the channel. That's a pretty safe bet, I would
just
say.
remember, if in the next election there's Blexis, we did that. This is all us telling you right now that Ted Cruz is a bad man. That convinced everybody.
Yeah.
If it's by 50,000 votes in this video's at 5,000 views, they all watched it in an auditorium.
Yeah.
Yep.
They all watched it.
Before this, no one had considered if Ted Cruz might not be a great dude.
Yeah, we're breaking new ground here.
We're breaking new grounds here.
But no, this theory is not about Ted Cruz, nor is it about Arya. But I do find that an interesting observation that like Nymeria could be making Arya more like murdery with her assassinations and Nymeria controlling a pack of murderous wolves. Like,
sure.
That is interesting.
It is
observation as well.
Is Bloodraven making Jon more I don't know, maybe like I don't know, politically minded when he is when he's warging Ghost?
So Ghost is not a notably politically minded individual, so that probably wouldn't be the trait Jon's getting.
Ooh. What trait is he getting, Zach? Is he getting quieter?
Ooh, I guess like Jon is getting a little more like, I don't know, because like the last thing he did was super impulsive, and that's not always the Jon we knew. It is kind of weird that he goes out there and gives that speech after the pink letter, right? Like, he has to know it's politically fraught. We talk about that all the time. What a strange politically fraught decision he makes loudly with immediate disastrous political consequence.
Yeah.
Is there a scene with Summer right around that same time?
So, what's up? Sorry,
not Summer. Ghost, rather. Is there a scene with Ghost around the same time?
I think notably directly after that, something happens with Jon and Ghost.
Oh. I'm going to be real. It's been a hot minute since I read the last two books.
Well,
you got to read them, man. They're good.
I have read them. It's been, a decade.
Yeah, so John, gets stabbed.
Oh,
He
well,
does.
yes.
He
Yep,
does
yep,
do
he does
that, yeah.
indeed. And then also, he says ghost. That's his last thing he
Right.
says, right?
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. Well, we're going somewhere.
John is likely currently inside of Ghost.
Excuse
In
me. Many fans
phrase.
speculate.
I thought you were going to hit me with a phrasing.
Yeah, also phrasing, yes.
Many fans speculate online about John being inside Ghost
Yes.
on AO3. Why do people watch this? These videos get thousands of views.
I know, it's kinda nuts.
This is insane.
And I did let the conversation play out, but Tom did sort of hit on a specifically important trait that Ghost has very quickly. I was going to let you guys go if you guys got even further onto it.
He doesn't talk very much.
Ghost is a silent wolf is one of the dings.
Ghost is a silent wolf. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still having a little bit of trouble seeing exactly where you're going.
Well, look at something. So, I would say, would you say it's fair to say that if John goes into Ghost upon death, more of him is inside of the wolf than like any other circumstance we have seen of warging before?
I think that's probably fair. Yeah.
Yeah. And we don't know how long he's going to be in there.
So he's going to come out. You're pitching that he's going to come out with the personality of Ghost. Oh! You're pitching he's going to come back to life and be unable to talk?
Ding!
Oh!
Yeah,
that's pretty sick.
John will become a silent protagonist.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Zach! The comments are screaming at us. Look down here.
When you say, oh yeah,
shoot,
yeah, the silent protagonist theory was staring us right in the face.
Yeah, it was. Damn it. Yeah, Michael. I'm sorry. It's been a weird day.
No, it's all good. That's why I couldn't give you that one as the opening clue, though. I had to like sort of.
It wouldn't have mattered. Wouldn't have mattered. We couldn't figure it out.
You were standing right in their face with it underlined for a hot minute.
Yeah, I was pretty close to being like, look at other things you have underlined there, but I was like, no, the second they see it, they will get it. So now, as I said, like you see that the setup is really strong, but I'm gonna make it even stronger.
That's what John Aaron died saying. The setup is strong.
There is a line from when John is deserting the Night's Watch that I'm pretty sure you guys won't be able to pull. Do you want me to just give it to you?
When he is deserting,
he's in the first book John's final chapter of the first book, which seems like a very good place for George to foreshadow where John's story will end up, because you want to put it in the first book, of course.
Yeah. Okay. I love these chapters. I love this chapter very much.
Yeah.
Two things that I find very notable about that chapter is that John is hiding from his friends, and Ghost, who is ordinarily perfectly silent, gives John away.
Yes, by scaring his horse, because Ghost can't make a noise, but he does scare the hell out of John's horse at the exact moment. He disappears like right after John leaves, and then doesn't come back until the exact moment John's friends are passing them, and Ghost jumps into the clearing from the other side where John is hiding and scares the horse. The horse makes a noise, and then his friends find him.
Shenanigans, by the way.
Yes.
Absolute shenanigans, yeah.
And also later in that chapter, he's talking to Mormont, and Mormont says, "Oh wait, maybe I'm misremembering." No, he says, I think he says Ghost brought me back, or maybe he says my friends brought me back.
He says his friends brought him back.
All right, that's less hardcore.
But Mormont also was like, yeah, we knew you were going to run. Like, had your friends not brought you back, we would have had others find, like, other brothers would have found you and brought you back.
Okay.
So this is a little before. This is when Jon is reflecting on his future, like, what it will be now that he is a deserter of the Night's Watch.
All right.
So I'll read the first paragraph and then I'll tell you when you can start writing.
Okay.
But he had not left the wall for that. He had left because he was, after all, his father's son and Robb's brother. The gift of a sword, even a sword as fine as Longclaw, did not make him a Mormont. Nor was he Aemon Targaryen. 3 times the old man had chosen, and 3 times he had chosen honor. But that was him. Even now, Jon could not decide whether the maester had stayed because he was weak and craven, or because he was strong and true. Yet he understood what the old man had meant about the pain of choosing. He understood that all too well. And then this paragraph you might want to write down.
Yeah.
Tyrion Lannister had claimed that I'll read it fully and then I'll catch you up on the typing. Tyrion Lannister had claimed that most men would rather deny a hard truth than face it. But Jon was done with denials. He was who he was. Jon Snow, bastard and oathbreaker, motherless, friendless, and damned. For the rest of his life, however long that might be, he would be condemned to be an outsider, the silent man standing in the shadows who dares not speak his true name. Wherever he might go throughout the 7 kingdoms, he would need to live a lie, lest every man's hand be raised against him. But it made no matter, so long as he lived long enough to take his place by his brother's side and help avenge his father. Yeah, after where'd you get to? Bastard and oathbreaker, motherless, friendless, and damned.
Damn.
For the rest of his life, however long that might be. For the rest of his life.
Yeah, we're gonna run out of space here really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
the
I
silent
think,
man standing. Yeah. He would be the silent man standing in the shadows is the most important line.
Man standing in the shadows.
Yeah.
Unable to speak his own name?
Unable to speak his true name. Who dare not speak his true name, but close enough. Silent man is, for this particular theory, the most relevant.
Whoa. Dude, that's really good.
That rocks.
Yeah. So, like, also, I've mentioned this in other theories, and, like, maybe we can talk about this further in a different video, but I do think there's a decent chance he also makes a shadow baby with Melisandre when he comes back. So the silent man standing in the shadows is, like, the most direct foreshadowing for what resurrected Jon might be like that you could possibly have.
Oh, interesting.
Shadow magic.
Yeah, like he's given in to Melisandre's power because he'll be resurrected by a Shadowbinder who was actively trying to make a shadow baby with him before he died, and then he is now the silent man standing in the shadows. If this theory is correct,
this actually tracks really well to me because, like, there was supposed to be that time skip that George wrote and couldn't justify. If Jon is supposed to, like, get closer to his magical side and, like, live for 10 years and maybe, like, have a resurrection, like, in the beginning of the book that, like, turns his, like, latent magic powers into, like, overt magical, like, aura, that makes a ton of sense to me. And, like, these books are supposed to be transformational. Like, the characters were supposed to be almost unrecognizable by the end of their story arcs. Him literally being completely silent in a shadowy sort of aura with, like, a dark magic around him, but he's using it for good purpose is kind of fantastic as an ending for his character. Also,
Exactly, yeah.
anecdotally, this explains why all of his dialogue in the last few seasons of the show are terrible, is because he originally wasn't supposed to have lines.
Yeah, George is like, yeah, John says nothing, and they're just like,
Got it.
we're gonna
Right.
give him 2 lines, and he's just gonna pop them out anytime anyone says anything.
We whittled it down to 2 lines. No, he's not supposed to say anything. We got you. We compromised.
Yeah.
Man,
So
what
yeah, like that is
what a very cool thing. What a very cool line.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that John goes hard in his final chapter there.
Yeah.
And then like, yeah, when you combine it with like, okay, so the longer you spend in your wolf, the more you take on parts of their personality, and especially if it is the case that Ghost would be killed to resurrect John, which I hope doesn't happen, but honestly does make some sense if it does. Like then Ghost is in John as well. So like that combined with Bran like sort of thinking to himself, one day when I come back, I won't know how to talk anymore. It might not foreshadow Bran, but damn, does it feel like it kind of foreshadows John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
really
for sure.
cool.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Yeah. So like I don't know how it would even work, or if it would work, or if George would be like, this is too hard to make this work, I'm gonna just change it, because he could obviously still change it. But it feels like he set up the idea for John to be unable to talk once he's been in Ghost for an extended period of time, and potentially Ghost is inside of him when he's back.
Yeah, I would very much like to add something to this. That this does also kind of describe Gregor Clegane,
Yeah.
which
You
is
ain't heard of that.
upsetting.
I've always thought about him as just a fucking zombie with no inner emotions or anything. But Gregor Clegane is still in there. The fucked up monster that he's always been is upsetting. That's deeply upsetting.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah,
honestly,
so-
there's still a reading of that that's completely fair. Like him being completely subservient to his demands is not a like a refutal, or that he does not refute that he's still in there.
Yeah, if we were gonna do a second video tonight, I was gonna pitch potentially a Clegane related theory. And Tom, you had made a mention, I think, in a recent video where you were like, one day we have to do a video titled "You're All Wrong About Clegane Bowl,"
Yes.
and that is literally a video title that I have also wanted to make. So I will be on your side in that argument.
Yeah.
If you film the Clegane Bowl is actually a great idea video, I want to be a part of it.
I want to do Clegane Bowl. I think the story doesn't work if you don't.
Yeah. Yep. It is. Yes. The anti Clegane Bowl ideas are just not as strong as the pro Clegane Bowl ideas, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think the consensus is the timeline's kind of sketched for Cersei's trial by combat to be Clegane
Yes.
Bowl.
Oh yes,
But
yeah.
that does not preclude an additional.
They have to
Clegane Bowl
fight.
afterwards. They must fight.
They're
yeah.
both still
What's the point
around
if they
to
don't?
fight.
What's the point if they don't fight?
Yeah, why have
Right,
we done all of
exactly.
this?
The reason that so many people don't like Clegane Bowl, and no offense if you are in this camp in the audience there, I mean this in the nicest way possible. You are judging the theory based on how annoying memes about it on Reddit got. You are not judging the theory on the merit of the text.
Which is
Calling
honestly
it Clegane
fair.
Bowl and shouting "get hype" after like 15 years does obviously maybe get a little annoying to you, but that does not change the merits of it within the story.
Yes.
But if you considered that they were like really annoying.
I'm gonna be really worth that.
They were, yes.
There were worse memes.
There were, for
more
sure.
annoying memes than Clegane Bowl. Clegane Bowl at least meant people were paying attention to the story.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I think we have mostly covered this, unless you guys have other ideas. I think that's all I've got for the clues.
No, I think this has been fantastic. This is a very cool one.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So this is one that I like backdoored my way into when thinking about John's future, and I was just like rereading all of these passages and these different chapters. I'm like, damn it, he's not going to be able to talk, is he? Like, this is way too well set up to mean nothing. Like, there's a pretty good chance John won't be able to talk.
that he's just gonna come back. That he's just gonna be a zombie.
He's going to be like half ghost, and ghost can't talk, and Bran thinks he might forget how to talk if you're in your wolf too long, and his wolf isn't even silent. So, like, damn, George has done the setup. Whether he sticks with it or not, I don't know, but the setup's all there.
I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you want to see the video where I backdoored my way into this, and halfway through I was like, guys, I think Jon might not be able to talk. It's called Jon Snow will be much darker when he comes back, or something vaguely close to that. So,
something
that's on
else.
my channel.
Something else vaguely clickbaity.
Yeah, something like that.
Not that I'm throwing stones.
No. I mean, it's clickbait, but also an actually accurate to what I'm talking about. I don't do the inaccurate clickbait. I do, you know.
Oh, I've been doing the inaccurate clickbait lately. It's awesome.
You've given in and you love it.
I have. It's kind of fun.
I did do that a little bit about like some of the news about George. Like George did an interview recently where he confirmed that the Jon Arya romance is dead, and I clickbaitedly titled it George R. Martin confirmed this planned plot point will not happen.
Well, I mean, yeah, that is technically true.
It is accurate, but also the most clickbait I think I've ever gotten with like a revelation that is like a thing that 99% of the fandom already assumed was abandoned.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Yeah.
he confirmed, he was asked about the outline, and he's like, well, it had romances in it that I certainly would never do today.
All right. Well, Michael, do you want to talk at all about any of the things that you've been working on?
No, yeah, just check my channel. I already pitched one video on there. There'll be something else coming out soon enough. So.
Hell yeah. Thank you guys very much for joining us. Zach, end on a highlight of your evening.
The food was good.
Say goodbye.
Bye.